Mercedes Monè should have never signed to AEW. Bianca Belair is being wasted right now. We desperately need Charlotte Flair.
I don't agree. I think this is going to go down as a career highlight.
I mean, you can't be dog shit.
Are you talking about TNA or an acid?
Look at me, I'm all fired up. I said I was going to be all diplomatic.
Welcome if you're entering the this is DS. We got super special guests for this hot take episode.
Very hot.
It is very hot. We got Phil Lindsay here.
I'm back.
I'm excited for your hot take. Phil loves giving hot takes on Twitter, so I'm very excited about this. And speaking of hot, we got the returning Eye Candy Elliott here. Do you need more baby oil? Anyway,
Pretty sure I'm covered.
this is our second episode doing this. We've been collecting some hot takes on women's wrestling from you guys on Twitter.
And y'all are crazy, so these are going to be hot.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. All right, so are we ready?
I'm a professional.
Yes.
So, a couple of these I might just...
Yeah,
I'll let you guys.
Yeah. All right, the first one. This was a take. Athena's ROH title reign has been a big failure. 0 appearance on AEW Dynamite for 2 years despite being a champion all this time.
She's in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
It says Ring of Honor. Plenty of appearances in Ring of Honor. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't agree. I think this is going to go down as a career highlight for her, especially because like Ring of Honor's track record with women's wrestling and how they didn't have a women's world championship at one point, and she is not just like a landmark champion, but she's now the longest reigning champion in the history of that company.
Yeah, all the championships.
Hey,
Yeah.
I said I got mad. You spoke eloquently.
I cannot agree on this, but I understand your point, which I'll get to, but her matches has been so freaking good, and she's been building stories, which is really not happening for the women in ROH too, but like she's been having such a good story with Billie Stark, the character, with the minions. I think it's such a big success. I don't think it's a big failure. I do have to agree, not on the failure part, but like the fact that AEW will bring all the ROH men, all the men's champion to AEW side very frequently. They did it twice, maybe over the 2-3 years for Athena. I think it's weird.
Yeah, it is a bit
weird.
It is a bit strange. I was hopeful when she was a part of the promotion for the Arlington show next year.
Yeah.
So hopefully she'll be on the main roster and on that card.
So I agree with you in that sense. It's weird. The second one, Tom, Self-Success, said, "Do not turn Tiffany face."
Tom, let Tiffany do whatever she wants.
You want to see babyface Tiffany Stratton.
At some point, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe not. Honestly, I don't think about it.
What?
I think she can do whatever she wants. I think she's gonna be great at whatever she does. She's gonna find a way to be interesting as a babyface. But I don't see them turning her face, honestly.
You don't see it?
No, I don't.
Oh, even when she's being choked out by Nia Jax? She was so sweet. She was like, "Nia, I was hurt." That was a babyface.
It is, but I don't know.
One thing I learned about interviewing Tiffany Stratton a couple times is that she seems like a self-aware queen. She's very aware of what she's doing. She's great at characters. I understand for like some wrestlers, like I hate to say this, but Bailey, when she turns babyface, she gets a little boring. Like she's so entertaining as heel. But honestly, I feel like Tiffany can find a way to still be really entertaining.
It's really tough. Like you don't want to be as obnoxious when you're I say this from personal experience. When they make Eye Candy come out as a good guy, I'm like, I feel a little weird making the silly faces and stuff like that, you know? So, yeah, you kind of do lose a bit of that edge.
But gays will like you anyway.
Yeah.
So weather is finally getting chilly. I can't gaslight myself that I'm still gonna enjoy my hot girl summer. No girl, it's cold. And we're officially entering what Chicago gays are calling cuffing season. It is a season you're gonna be busy finding the right person to warm up each other. Let's do this the safe way though with Q-Care Plus, Prep, and DoxyPep. Cause Prep and DoxyPep with Q-Care Plus is super easy and most importantly, free. We love free. In fact, 99% of the Q-Care Plus patients get everything they offer at zero cost. And getting Prep with Q-Care Plus is super fast and completely online. Signing up takes about like 5 minutes. An online appointment can be as quick as 15 minutes. Your first prescription will arrive super fast, just in time for your next night out. They even offer same day or next day online appointments, including evenings and weekends. Again, everything is online, so there's no travel time, no waiting rooms, and no pokey doctor visits. Q-Care Plus delivers at-home kits and prescriptions right to your doors. And here's something really cool, and many teleprep providers don't do this. Q-Care Plus screens for STIs at the same time they test for HIV. For example, they test for syphilis, which not many competitors do. And if you test positive, they provide treatment too. It's a testament to how much they actually care about your health. By the way, you gays probably know what PrEP is, but if you're unfamiliar with doxypap, I was too. It's basically the STI morning after pill. It helps block the big three before they even get started. QCare Plus will prescribe doxypap along with your PrEP prescription so you can get the complete protection. And if you're not satisfied with just my recommendation, check out QCare Plus's online reviews. 5 stars on Google from real people. QCare Plus is praised for their personal care and quick responses, unlike some competitors where you feel like you're talking to a wall and getting ghosted. And trust me, winter is coming. We got no time to be ghosted. QCare Plus cares about your health, not just the bar scene or swanky hotels. So check them out and sign up today at qcareplus.com or use the QR code on the screen.
Jen said, being a better talker is much more important than being a better wrestler. Example, Billie Kay, Alexa Bliss, Chelsea Green, blah, blah, blah.
Hold on, look at this. Is the examples, those are the better talkers?
I think these
Or
are...
those are not the...
Oh, wait. This is kind
Those
of
are just names.
Some of them are a little bit of sneaks in there.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what? What?
Like, Becky Lynch is a good talker.
Yeah, she is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what do you think? Being a better talker is more important than being a better wrestler?
I mean, you can't be dog shit.
Right.
But like, yeah, it is. I'm sorry, it
You
is.
think so?
Yeah, because none of you would have cared. This is look at me, I'm all fired up. I said I was gonna be all diplomatic. Nobody cares about the wrestling stuff when you first get into it. You need something to like gravitate you into the wrestling world, and then you get into it, and then you go, I like this move, I like that move. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But you need somebody to grab you in or else you never would have been there. I really doubt anybody saw like a flashy freaking kick and went, oh yeah. No, you saw like a cool, fun character and you saw pageantry and you saw drama. And then you started to dig deeper and you got into the wrestling part of it.
What do you think, Bill?
I think you gotta be good at both. I don't think you can just be a great talker and not be able to wrestle, because I don't care how good a story is, I don't know how good all the segments are. At the end, you got to get in that ring and wrestle. And if you get all of the way to this and the match is not good, then what is the point?
Okay. I am curious about this though. It's from what I see, it seems like the level of wrestling as a whole has gone up.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if the level of talking has gone up
No, it's gone
as a
down.
whole. Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
So in that sense, I almost feel like in this situation right now, being a better talker might be more important because everyone's such a good wrestler.
I mean, but
That's exactly what... Nope. Yes is right.
But I mean, prime example, we just saw how that Mercedes and Britt thing went, where the segments were good, and all people talked about by then was that the match wasn't that great.
I think a lot of people were talking about the backstage.
No, but
No, okay, but you're right, you're right. I think you have a point, you have a point. Okay, next one. Sultan of Wrestling. Talking of Mercedes Monè. Mercedes Monè should have never signed to AEW and just stayed in Japan. She's making like $1 million.
She's a bazillion millionaire.
Yeah. So, no.
no, I think
Yeah,
she's-
just, I don't know, no.
Yeah.
she seems happy doing what she's
Right.
doing. They seem very invested in her.
I like to see her on weekly TV. I'm like in my living room.
But to entertain this idea,
Yeah.
when she was in Japan, she was maintaining a certain degree of wrestling, getting that GOAT matches every time. Quality of the matches were like insane. That's not exactly the case in AEW.
I do think you're right. I think the quality of matches were better, but that was also before that injury. And when she got injured, I think mainly with AEW, those few weeks or so when she was just coming out and cutting the promos, that's when it was kind of hard to get into. I can't tell how much of that is just like that lag time before she was cleared or not.
yeah.
She's also had like 4 or 5 matches in AEW.
True. But also, she's gonna have a match with Statlander soon. Like,
That's gonna be killer.
yeah, she's gonna have some good damn matches in AEW. So I'm happy. Origato said Sasha Banks should have beaten Bianca Belair at WrestleMania 37.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I'll say no.
No.
I disagree. Because that match really put Bianca on the map in a lot of ways. It
Yeah.
really made her.
It
So
made her a superstar.
yeah, I think Bianca needed that win more than Mercedes.
Junior All Ego Page. The division is lacking, and it's because we desperately need Charlotte Flair. I know some people may not love her, but it's clear difference in star power and the overall quality of the WWE.
No, I just outright disagree. I think we're in kind of a new era, and I think they're doing just fine. And especially when you think of it like, what, you have 2 matches on a PLE, right? Like, I want to see the new superstars. I'd love to see them back in some new role, but like that was like that was 5-6 years ago.
Oh no, she is coming for the title.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
She is getting the title because she needs that 16, 17 time championship.
Right. I mean, in due time, but like I'm enjoying.
Yeah. Right. What do you think?
It's interesting because this is kind of like NXT when all the other horsewomen went up and Bayley was the only one down there, and it's kind of like that currently. So you're giving other women a chance to sink or swim, and I don't think that's a bad thing. I do think by WrestleMania season, you are going to kind of want to see like the Charlottes and Beckys, but for now, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I do miss Charlotte dearly, but I don't think the reason you're not liking some of the storylines is because Charlotte's not there.
Yeah, I think it's kind of the creative around some of these wrestlers. It's not so much that Charlotte's not there.
This was a big one that's got everyone talking. Call it Timmy. Abandoning the Diva era stipulations, Halloween Battle Royale's Lumberjill style matches made women's wrestling less interesting because it took away a unique element of why many fans gained interest in the first place.
Ooh, that is scandalous.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's a fair point, but
I think it depends on when you started being a women's wrestling fan.
Right.
If you first started watching during the Divas era, I can see you missing the aspect. But if you were watching before that and were like during the Attitude era and like Victoria and Trish and Molly and all these other wrestlers, I can see you not caring about that.
I mean, I began during that time, but I loved gravy ball matches. And the Thanksgiving like food fight.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think there's a balance that could be reached, like an extra level of camp that can be reintroduced.
Yeah.
Respectfully, right? It doesn't have to be like TNA again.
Right.
That sucked. I think we can all agree that.
Wait,
sucked.
are you talking about TNA or and asses?
I'm talking about
Okay.
I guess we'll know in due time. Like, did this generate more fandom? Did this new content with women's wrestlers being treated like wrestlers? I guess we'll know in 5 years. Maybe there's a bigger batch of fans that came out of this than what we had in 2011.
Are you going to argue like advancements like getting a women's rumble and all these other things are not great for women's wrestling?
I don't
know if you can do that.
I don't think that's necessarily what they're saying, but like I think I do want some element of camp and like entertainment that we got before without sexualizing and objectifying women. Because guess what? Gays and girlies love dressing up, and the WWE is almost like scared to like put women in costume because they're like, oh, let's not even go there. Let's not even have fun. And that's why I love someone
not
like,
even have fun.
Yeah. And like that's why I love people like Chelsea Green so much, is because she's bringing some elements of Diva era that made Diva era so fun and like melding it so well with the current era of wrestling. So I want to see more of what Chelsea's doing. Some ordinary account. Roxanne Perez is the best women's champion right now. We've got a couple tweets like this. What do you think?
Like what scale?
Of all the champions,
Yeah, but
women's
like,
champions that we have right now.
Best is such a big word.
Do you have anyone else that you think is a better?
I mean, like everyone's got their own qualities. I don't know.
I mean, I think it's Athena.
I'm not good with superlatives. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
hard.
Like,
But you're the hottest.
except for anything involving me and my physique, right?
Roxanne has been great. Roxanne has been the best NXT Women's Champion we've seen in quite a while.
Yeah.
But like in terms of like overall accomplishments, it's hard to top Athena at the moment.
Right now, the hottest champion, I think it's Roxanne. I personally think so. And I talked about it a couple times. Like the way she like gets some of the women that's like way less experienced than her, like Jada Parker and Lola Vice, and getting like crazy like classic matches out of them.
Yeah.
She forces it out of them. It's wild.
Oh no, Mariah May is actually the best one now.
Oh.
Yeah, no, why not even think of that? No, she's the best. Easy
Mariah May.
answer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's the perfect combination of ring work and then out of an insane story.
Right.
Which set her on her own insane arc that she is what did we just talk about?
Right.
Bringing back some of that, like, I don't know, she's coming out and maybe doing, like, strip teases and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's wild times with Mariah.
I love
and
Mariah.
I enjoy that.
King said Bianca Belair is being wasted right now. Fans complain about her reign as champion, and look at the division right now. She's not at the top.
Everyone gets their time. I mean, not everybody can be champion at once. It's okay. Let her do something else for a second.
I don't think she's being wasted. I mean, I think that there's something to the argument that I wish they would do more with them as a team every pay-per-view. I wish they would book them more consistently. But
Besides just being like the hosts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in that regard, Yes. Yeah.
But I wasted is such a strong word because she is in a situation where I have to assume this is going somewhere with Jade. I do think that one of them is going to turn on the other. So there's something happening here.
It hurts, to be honest, to see Bianca not in PLE. Like, I thought that was unthinkable because Bianca was like their top star.
Yeah, face of the company.
Yeah, so it is kind of shocking to me. So I understand your point to a point. Emotionally, I'm there. But I think they're building towards one of the biggest storylines that we'll see, the WrestleMania big, huge clash. So the butterfly. We're waiting for a butterfly.
Let's talk about this in 6 months.
yes. And then the last one. Justino said, I think Cora should be the one to dethrone Roxanne, sending her to the main roster. Or send them to the main roster as a tag team, having Roxanne later betray Cora as a callback. Cora should be the one to dethrone Roxanne. What do you think? There's a lot of new blood coming into NXT. The competition is tough. We've got Delta promo that just aired.
Yeah.
Julia.
Right.
Stephanie McCure.
Like, very, very refined talents coming through.
And I mean, you worked with Cora before, right?
Yes.
In Chicago team,
yes.
yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Then 5 years ago.
Yeah.
It's tough to say that. I think before you had this influx of talent coming in, I would have agreed. But when you just brought Julia in and you just made Julia like a big focal point, it's hard for me to say, go with Cora and don't just put the belt on Julia.
Sure.
It's a no for me. I mean,
well, there you go.
No for me.
I don't know.
I see the storyline potential. I see it, but I don't know.
I don't know if she's dethrones her or if she is kind of part of the reason why she loses the title.
Yeah.
Instead, I think they're going a different direction in NXT. Hence the 3 major international stars that just got signed and a new TV deal and all that jazz. I could picture them putting these more established, I mean, maybe not established in the US market, but these more established faces in these roles. Maybe Cora and Roxanne transition into their own story without the championship.
And this is no dig in Cora because I think the entire roster will have to figure out what they're going to do because these huge batch of huge names going to just land in WWE Women's or NXT Women's Division. So they're going to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting time. Right. It's going to be an interesting time. But thank you so much for sending in these hot takes. People are bold.
Very hot takes.
I love it. I love it. What hot episode. But Phil, where can we all find you?
You can find me on Twitter at PhilDL616. Of course, you can find me on Fightful's YouTube channel every Saturday at noon, hosting Graphic.
And iCandyElliott?
You can find me on Twitter at iCandyElliott, Instagram at iCandyElliott, and you can find me in DS's dreams.
And what's your alt Twitter?
I don't have an alt Twitter. Yes.
That's a secret between us. And you can find me at DS on Instagram and RingDevelDS on Twitter. I'll see you next time. Bye!